Morning and welcome to our video broadcast. My name is Stuart Wilson from More to Life, and I'm delighted to be joined today by the other Stuart Wilson of the equity release industry, Stuart Wilson, CEO of Air Group. Welcome today, Stuart. You and I together have been in this the financial services industry for many years, haven't we? I won't say exactly how long for, but many years. Yeah, more. We can probably count that more fingers than we've got on our collective hands. But and we've been through some extraordinary periods of time in the financial services industry. Lots of things that have challenged us and hit us. This is, I think, this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, isn't it? I mean, what's it been like for you personally, and obviously all your team down in Gloucester? How are you coping with the challenges of COVID-19?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty sensible to start that precursor this, Stu, by saying that we've never known a situation like this. And I think somebody said to me last week that this is reminiscent of the 2008 situation, but I think it's very different. I'm not saying it's worse or easier or anything else. I think that it's very different. 2008 was an economic challenge that swept across the world. So in that way, yes, there are similarities, that this is sweeping length and breadth of the world. However, I think the big challenge here that we've all had to face into is that this changes radically day by day, the situation that we're now in. What I'm really delighted about, and I think I try and take the positives out of every situation, and what we've got now is a situation where across the industry I've been pretty blown away, to be honest, by some of the positive moves that some are making and how businesses are adapting and facing into this storm. And I think we at the Air Group down in Gloucester, I've been really impressed with my team. Everybody's embraced the new technology. We've shifted very quickly. We've moved operations to home working a couple of weeks ago. So we were quite ahead of the curve and reacted very swiftly. And the technology hasn't let us down in most cases. We had a few telephony issues the first couple of days, but that was to be expected. But other than that, yeah, I think we've adapted very well. We've switched more onto using online chat, video conferencing like this. What will be interesting is when we come out the other side of this, which undoubtedly we will. I think somebody said to me a couple of weeks ago or last week, we'll get back to normal. Well, what is normal? Because I don't think we'll get back to how it was. We'll go to how it will be. A lot of changes in how we all operate, both reactive and proactively, how we conduct meetings, how we embrace technology. This is going to give an adrenaline shot into businesses using more technology at point of sale and right the way up the food chain. So no, adaptation, I think, is the buzzword.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Actually, I think I'm an eternal optimist. I think the silver lining I take out of all of this is that actually, as we do come out and exit the other side of this issue, the industry will be better for it in some ways. I think we will find that the new ways of working are actually a better way of working, and the digital transformation of our business, which this issue is kind of forcing us, or many of us, to go through, is going to be no bad thing. But you must have been on the phone with lots and lots of your members over the last week or two. What are the kind of the core issues and concerns and things that they're talking to you about? What's on the minds of advisors across your membership right now?
Yeah, a huge variety of calls. If I'm honest, there's no single theme. There's no single concern. We see what we have seen is probably 200-300% increase in our call volume and our online chat volume. And I think it's nice for us because Air Group has always been about support. The commercial side of the business is a byproduct of the support, not the other way around. So I think really what we've tried to do in the last week or two, and some of the things we've got planned, which I know we'll come on to later on, are around how we can upgrade that support, how we can give more answers. So talking to brokers across the whole spectrum, ranging from small sole traders working at home, right the way up to CEOs of some of the bigger firms that we engage with and some of the networks. There's a couple of core themes, and again we'll loop back to these later on, but I think there's some real issues, or certainly in the last sort of week or so, there's been some real issues as the lenders have reacted themselves to resource how they're going to face into this storm. So there's been issues around the legal process. Obviously, when the government announced a week or so ago only very, very necessary and essential travel, that pretty well took all the surveyors off the road. So suddenly actual surveys in people's homes went. That's a big issue that the lenders have been dealing with. And the second one that came simultaneously, so it was a double blow for all of us in this sector, was the face-to-face legal requirement and the requirement for independent witnessing face-to-face of the mortgage deed. That came as a sort of a dual blow that we had to address. So if there was two common themes, those are the most common. But around that, there's also been support requirements that we've been asked for around guidance on how to work from home, how to work remotely, how to provide and deliver a non-face-to-face advice process. And I guess if we were to put that into a sort of theme of support, it's how to keep those wheels turning. And those have been the real questions around the small issues for somebody that might sort of look at that and go, well, that's easy. It's not easy for everybody. So brokers are a huge spectrum of different experience and different business profiles. And what Air Group has tried to do, and continue to do so moving forward through this storm, is to provide those answers, those questions, those guides in simple format. What there is out there, quite interestingly, is a huge amount of noise, and much of it is white noise. So we've got to really try and, I guess one of our uses is as a filter to translate all of that noise into some salient, pointed answers to advisors' questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? And yes, that might be a simple answer to somebody, but to the person asking it, it's a question they have no answer to. So our job as an organisation is to try and bring those answers to brokers' sort of desks, if you like, so they can proceed with their business and navigate through this ever-changing horizon. Because the one guarantee that is without question for the next few months is change, and it's change by the day, by the hour, by the minute. And what Air Group has to then do, and I'll come on to that later on with some of the plans that we've got, is to help ease through that period of change and to support our members as best we possibly can, and to filter that white noise down to proper, detailed, accurate information. But I would say accurate at 9 AM is then changed by 10 AM. So we've got to keep on top of this.